Excellent. Well, hello and welcome to everyone out there in Cyberland. Welcome to Skillsroad's first technology and cybersecurity Facebook Live session. I'm joined in the hot seat by Alex from ASUS. Welcome, Alex.
Excellent.
So, look, obviously technology is playing a more and more important role in both the workplace and the classroom. And as we see, kids coming through these days, they know so much about technology, and it's becoming such a key role in our lives. But for parents, it can somewhat be a minefield of challenges, and it's something that can be very new and also very daunting. So, as part of our Skillsroad parents membership, we've partnered with our friends over at ASUS, and we've got them on board to have a bit of a chat today. So, Alex is going to cover some details, and then we're going to throw out to the floor to take questions and things like that from you guys. So, welcome, and I'll hand over to Alex.
Cool, thank you very much for that. So, my name is Alex. I'm here from ASUS, and mainly just here to sort of talk to you guys a bit about how to pick your perfect laptop, so the different things that you should look for when choosing a new device, whether it's for yourself or for your children. And we've also brought along some devices in order to show you guys the different styles and form factors of the sort of laptops that are out there at the moment. So what we have is the ASUS Transformer 3 Pro, the T303. So this is our more detachable device. So it's with the keyboard that detaches, and you can use that as a tablet as well. And then we also have our ZenBook Flip, the UX360, which is the more flippable device with the 360-degree flippable screen. And then we also have our gaming laptop. So the most important thing, I guess, when looking at choosing a laptop for yourself or for your children, good thing to try and figure out is sort of what the usage scenario would be for your device. So whether you want a device that's used for work, or whether it's for your children, they use it for school or for uni. And if you want something that's lightweight, you can take on the go with you. So those are the sort of different things that you should try and figure out. And then also, you should also look at the different things that you want to do on the device, and then that can determine sort of the power requirements that you need in terms of the specifications of the device and things like that. So we're sort of going to be getting a little bit into that, and then also we'll give you some tips as to how to set up your device. So when you get the device, the different programs that you should look at, and the sort of things that you should do when you first get your device to set it up. And then we'll also touch a little bit on how to keep yourself as well as your children safe online. So in terms of the devices that we have here today, like I said, we have different form factors here. So we have the Transformer 3 Pro, so the T303. It's more of your sort of your all-round device for everyday computing that you can take with you on the go. So it's a super light device. It does have the sort of detachable keyboard, so you can use it as a tablet. It is full touch screen as well. So with this one, it would be perfect for someone to take with them on the go, whether it's for work or for uni. And it also, the good thing about it is it does have battery that lasts up to 12 hours, so it'll pretty much last you throughout the day. And then similar thing with the ZenBook Flip. So again, it's more of your all-round device that you can take with you on the go. It'll do pretty much all of your everyday computing needs, and again, it'll have enough battery to keep you going all day long. And you can also flip the screen around and use it as a tablet if you want. You can also use it as a more traditional laptop, and you can also use it, as I have it here, in what we call the tent mode. You can also put it in the different stand mode, just for viewing content and sharing things with other people. And then what we have here is your more of a sort of gaming laptop. It's a more powerful device. It does have a dedicated graphics card inside. So with this one, it's still lightweight, so it is actually our lightest and slimmest gaming laptop that we have. And with that, it does have a dedicated graphics card that you can use for gaming if you're into that, but also for different things such as graphic design and video production work and other things like that, so more heavy load applications. Now, that's pretty much it in terms of that in terms of the different usage scenarios and the different form factors that we have. But I guess another important thing to look at is the different specifications that you might want as part of your device. So with that, there are generally about 6 things that you should look for. So that's the CPU. So that's pretty much the power of the device, and then also the memory, so the RAM, and then in terms of storage, battery life, different ports and things like that, as well as different connectivity such as Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. So in terms of the CPU, basically, all you need to do is just general all-day computing, such as word processing, browsing the internet, and stuff like that. Anything from an i5 CPU and up will get you covered, and that's exactly what is inside the Transformer 3 Pro and the ZenBook Flip as well. And then moving up to more gaming or more like graphic intense application, you can look at getting a device that has an i7 CPU inside, such as the gaming laptop. And other than that, in terms of memory, we recommend to stick with devices that start at around 4 gigabytes memory and up. And so the memory sort of covers all of your multitasking when you're on your device. So if you want to do sort of browsing with different tabs open or multiple programs that are running at the same time, so the more memory you have, the better it's going to run. So we recommend going from 4 gigs and up. Most devices, if you're looking at something like the Transformer 3 Pro or the ZenBook Flip, start around 8 gigs. And then if you're looking at a higher end device such as the gaming laptop, they can go from 8 to 16 or even higher than that. In terms of storage, I guess it all depends on just how much stuff you want to store in your devices in terms of different applications that you want to run, as well as photos, videos, and things like that. So an important thing to know about storage is that you can get 2 different types of storage. So there are your normal hard drives, and then also your solid state drives, so the SSDs, which is a much faster storage solution, but SSDs are generally much smaller in capacity when compared to hard drives. But it will definitely give your device that little bit of a boost in terms of speed opening applications, sort of copying and running certain things. So it is generally, an SSD generally 5 times faster than your normal hard drive. So if you are after that, then you should definitely look at a device that features an SSD. Most small devices such as the Transformer 3 Pro and the ZenBook Flip will have an SSD already inside. And then the capacity will sort of depend between 128 gigs to 256 gigs. And then if you're looking at a larger device such as the gaming laptop, then it will sort of have an SSD, sort of similar capacity, but it will also have room for a hard drive as well, just for more storage. And other than that, another good thing to know is in terms of ports and connectivity that the device offers. So you sort of have to look at, if you're looking at a slim device, it will be sort of a bit more limited than something like the gaming device, but still you should look at something that generally comes with at least a couple of USB ports and any sort of HDMI output and things like that if you want to output to a different display, or if you want to connect an external hard drive and maybe also use a mouse with it at the same time. So definitely ports on a laptop are important things as well. And other than that, in terms of Wi-Fi, so all of devices nowadays feature 802.11 AC, so that's the latest wireless standard that offers speeds above like 1 gigabit per second and things like that. So all of our devices will cover wireless AC. So that's pretty much it. Other than that, another good thing to look at is in terms of if you are looking at a device that you will take with you on the go, in terms of durability. For example, the Transformer 3 Pro is made out of magnesium aluminum alloy, so it is a very tough device. It'll be able to sort of, that material that it's made out of protects it from sort of scuffs and scratches when you take it with you on the go. And sort of different things like that. Also with the ZenBook Flip, in terms of the 360-degree hinge that's been torture tested over 20,000 times to ensure reliability. So these are sort of different things that you can look at when you're trying to pick a new device for yourself, and just do some research around that in terms of durability if you do want to take it with you on the go, or if you're thinking about how long are you going to be using the device for and things like that. Other than that, in terms of, again, coming back to the form factor, so with the Transformer 3 Pro, you can use it as a tablet. So again, just depends what you want to use it for, whether you want something that's good to take on the go. You can detach it. It also comes with the stylus pen that's included and the cover keyboard, and you can do different applications with that. So both of these devices will have touchscreens. So if you're looking at a device that features touch, if you want to do any sort of things like that, and also In terms of the keyboard that it comes included, there are sort of different things, just depends what sort of feel that you want out of your keyboard. There are different keyboards that feature a different travel distance in terms of the keys, that gives you different tactile feedbacks and stuff like that. So generally, just depends how you like typing, but I'm the kind of person that uses like a mechanical keyboard or something like that, and then if you look at most devices, you can sort of go around in stores and try it out, but you can sort of, most devices, if you start out small, they'll have different travel distance in terms of when you press the key, and then as you move up to the gaming devices, it will have better tactile feedback that you can get. So in terms of the keyboard, you sort of can go around and have a play with them and sort of figure out what sort of style that you're after. And also another good thing to look is if you want out of the keyboard any backlighting illumination. So most devices, so the Transformer 3 Pro and the ZenBook Flip have a white backlighting for the keys. And then also with the gaming device, it will sort of, in terms of going around with the theme of the device, it will light up sort of orange, red. It also has the highlighted WASD keys if you are into gaming. And then also another cool feature of that most gaming laptops will have is something called 30 key rollover. So with that you can press 30 keys at the same time and the device wouldn't lock up. So I mean, you have 10 fingers, so you wouldn't be able to press more than 10 keys at the same time, so definitely nothing to worry about that. So that's generally a feature that comes with gaming devices. But yeah, that's pretty much in terms of the keyboard and that. Another good thing to look at is definitely the display, so to figure out what sort of display size that you want. So we have the 12.6 inch display on the Transformer 3 Pro, 13.3 inch on the ZenBook Flip, and then 15.6 inch on the gaming laptop. So with that, obviously size is important, but also resolution. So you can get devices, most devices will feature a full HD screen, so that's 1920 by 1080p resolution. And then you can also get other devices that feature a 3K or a 4K screen. For example, the Transformer 3 Pro does feature a 3K screen, so that's will be very sharp with a high pixel density, good for graphic design and photos and things like that. Also, a cool feature of gaming laptops, there's a technology that is built into this laptop. It's called NVIDIA G-Sync, and what that does is if you're into gaming, what it does, it synchronizes the frames outputted by the graphics card to that on the screen, and with that you get no tearing or reduced stutter and less lagging from your game. So sometimes if the frames outputted by the graphics card are higher than that of what the display can sort of show, then usually you get like these tearing and jagginess and things like that. But with the NVIDIA G-Sync technology, you sort of avoid all those things. Now, another good thing to look for is if you're after a device that you can expand later. So general devices that are smaller and much portable, such as the Transformer 3 Pro, generally they're very limited in terms of the things that you can upgrade on them. However, larger devices such as the gaming laptop, you can sort of open it up yourself, upgrade the memory, upgrade the hard drive later if you're after something bigger, or change the SSD and things like that. So if you are looking for expandability, then that's definitely another thing that you should look for. And also, just another thing to sort of touch upon, just make sure when you're sort of looking at a device that there are no hidden costs or anything like that. Make sure that you are getting everything that you need for it. So for example, with the Transformer 3 Pro, it can function without the keyboard, but obviously the keyboard is something that you need. So the keyboard is included with all units, and then we also include the stylus pen as well. So different things like that. So that's pretty much it in terms of our tips of picking the perfect laptop. We'll sort of be moving a little bit forward into setting up your device. So if you're after any tips on setting up your device, so when you're getting a new laptop, to set it up, generally what you would do is you'd run through your normal Windows initial setup, and then that would run you through all of your initial settings of the device, choosing your username and putting all of your personal information in there. And then once you're all set up and you're at the desktop pretty much ready to go, the first thing I recommend doing is try and familiarize yourself with the device and with the certain applications that are already bundled. So depending on what sort of device you get, there will be different applications that are already bundled. So for example, different things that you can do with the stylus, or different things that will work on a touchscreen device, rather as with the gaming one, have different features, such as the NVIDIA G-Sync technology, which I mentioned before, and other things like that. So it's a good thing to familiarize yourself on all the applications that are included with the device. And then once you're sort of done with that, the most important thing is to make sure that everything is up to date. So in terms of Windows updates, you should be able to look at Windows updates and update all that, get all that up to date, and then also all of the drivers. For the drivers, it's also important that it'll make sure that sort of all of the components inside the device are running as they should, such as different drivers for the graphics card. Every time there's a new game that comes out or anything like that, there will be new drivers that come out that ensures that the graphics card runs as best as it can with that particular game. Now, a good thing about ASUS devices is we do include an application called ASUS Live Update, which you can generally run, and then that will ensure that most of the drivers and applications that do come with the device are all up to date. And other than that, you can sort of head to the product website and check out for different driver updates and things like that in there. But yeah, once that's all done, then you can sort of get started and choose out your favorite programs, such as different web browsers that you might want to install and things like that, such as the Chrome browser if you want to use the Microsoft Edge browser that's included with Windows 10. And then in terms of protection, Microsoft Windows 10 does come with the new Windows Defender, and what you should do with that is making sure again that it's all up to date. Then also perhaps running the first initial scan on your device, and then you can also schedule different scans to run sort of like once a week, and then that'll make sure everything's nice and clean and the device stays running snappy. Other than that, another program I like to install on most of my devices, I actually do that. It's pretty much once I get a new device, there's a good program called CCleaner. So it is a free program that you can download. And what CCleaner does is it generally cleans all of your registry files and any unwanted files that are sort of not in use by the laptop anymore. So every time if you sort of install and uninstall programs all the time, there can be certain things that are left behind at certain points. And with CCleaner, you can sort of run that and ensures that it cleans out everything, and there's no sort of registry files that get in the way of other things and slow down your device or anything like that. So I would run that at the very start, and then I try and get into a habit of running that application pretty much once a month or so. Other than that, you should probably look at different word processing applications such as Microsoft Office, and there are also other free solutions such as from Google. You can use different solutions such as Google Docs, Google Sheets, and things like that that would work with the Chrome browser and would sync with your Google account if you have that. Other than that, we do have VLC Media Player is another application that I recommend to install. So that would be helpful for any sort of content that you would want to watch on the device. So VLC Media Player, it's a free application and will pretty much sort out all of your video needs on your device. And other than that, if you are looking at getting a gaming laptop, obviously you can do other things than gaming on it. So certain things such as like different content creation applications, and then you can look at different Adobe apps such as Photoshop or Lightroom for editing photos, Premiere for videos, and other things like that. So that's pretty much it in terms of setting up your device. Just going to cover a little bit on sort of how to keep yourself as well as your kids safe online. So just to give you guys some tips about that. So most important thing is knowing how to safely navigate the internet, I should say. So knowing about different things that are out there such as clickbait ads and different spam emails that you might be getting, knowing exactly where to click if you're visiting an unknown website. And then I generally try and stick to the websites that you know well. And also another important thing is in terms of keeping yourself safe online is to ensure that all of your devices as well as your network at home is well protected. So it's important to use a strong password. Never leave your network at home unprotected. And then also with your device, making sure that the device has a password on it. So you can do that when you're first setting it up. And then you can also change different settings to making sure that the device either like switches off or it locks itself after a certain period of inactivity if you walk away from it. So that's again useful for kids if they're using a device and they forget to sort of log off or leave it on while unattended. Then you can sort of set up different timers and things like that within Windows so that the device either goes to sleep or it locks itself after a certain period of inactivity. Also in terms of different things and different tips to give to your children, for staying safe online is to making sure that they know about all of the sort of cybercrime and scammers that are out there on the internet, making sure that they know where to go and certain things, what to click and not to click on. And then other than that, it's also important to advise them never to share any personal information and not to sort of give out passwords and things like that. And also another thing important to teach your children is in terms of the different privacy options that different social media platforms might offer. So Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, they all have different privacy settings. It's a good thing to familiarize yourself with those privacy settings, and then you can always ensure that your information stays private while online. And then finally, a good thing that you could do is look at different parental controls. So with that, we do have different parental controls with most internet browsing applications. So you can set up different parental controls within Google Chrome, and then also you can set up different parental controls within the Microsoft Windows 10 operating system. So you can set up different accounts that your children could access, and you could ensure through that they don't sort of change any important settings, and they don't go to places that they shouldn't go to. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If you are looking for more information, make sure to check out our other videos that we have with Skillsroad on how to speed up your laptop, learning different things about your digital footprint, as well as how to keep yourself secure on social media and while online. So that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions or anything like that, then I'm happy to answer anything. Got some questions?
Yeah, I do. We're just printing out some of the questions. We've been flooded with questions, actually, all sorts of bits and pieces. But I think, look, I might just start with a bit of a scenario-based question. Let's say I've got a student who's at high school and hoping to go on to, let's say, university. In terms of, I mean, there's so many devices out there these days. There's a web of things. They've got the mobile, the tablet, the laptop, the home PC, obviously the digital and the wireless TV now. It's becoming really complex. So in terms of, for a standard student that's completing high school assignments and things like that, what's, in terms of the products we've got in front of us, what's the best sort of, I guess, base solution you would recommend?
Yeah, so definitely the Transformer 3 Pro or the ZenBook Flip, depending on what sort of format that you're after. So both of these devices will pretty much sort out all of your everyday computing needs, and it'll have battery that can last you for 12 hours a day. So if you take it to school or to uni, then you shouldn't have to worry about having to plug it in or anything like that. So it'll run all of your basic like word processing applications, internet browser, all that stuff. So if all you do is that, then definitely these devices will pretty much get everything done for you, plus more.
Yeah, excellent. And in terms of these ones here, I mean, we know what children are like. This could potentially also make a good frisbee. How durable are these devices?
So it is actually very durable. I touched a little bit on it before. So with this one, it does have, so the body is built from magnesium aluminum alloy, is what we call, but it's pretty much it ensures that it doesn't sort of leave scratches on the device. I mean, obviously if you drop it, then yeah, but it sort of, in terms of carrying it in your bag or anything like that, putting your keys next to it and things like that, it would ensure that it doesn't get scratched.
And what sort of, I guess, additional accessories and things could one purchase to help protect the laptop and things like that?
The ZenBook Flip, this one here, it does come with a small protective pouch that you can put into it. But yeah, in terms of accessories, just looking at different cases and things like that. So I'm sure that should be different laptop bags or carrying pouches that you can put most of the devices in.
Excellent. So I've just got some questions that have come in. In terms of other hardware that you'd suggest getting on these laptops, I mean, you mentioned about protection and antivirus. What sort of recommendations would you have?
I myself, I usually tend to stick just with the Microsoft Windows Defender that comes included with Windows, and I find that it generally sort of takes care of all of my security needs. But I guess the most important thing is going back to that what I mentioned before, is knowing how to use the internet and what what certain things you should click and shouldn't click on,
Sure.
and different things like that. But in terms of security, Microsoft Defender, it's a lightweight application that should take care of all your security needs.
Okay, excellent. So I suppose with this one here, what we're saying is it basically comes out of the box with the appropriate antivirus software.
Yeah, all of the devices, Windows Defender is included with all Windows 10 operating systems, so it will come bundled with that. The only thing you should do is making sure that it's all up to date through Windows updates, and then just running that initial scan, and then perhaps scheduling it to run when you're not using the device, or like once a week or something like that.
Excellent. And now we've had a question from Danielle Buckley. She was wondering, do people still use CDs these days, and if so, do these laptops come with them? I mean, sure, the ultimate family holiday over in Bali, people might be buying the old illegal DVDs. Not that we condone that, of course. So, I mean, do CD drives still exist, and is it something that comes with computers these days?
Some of our larger gaming laptops that do feature an optical drive. However, most of the slim ones, they won't, but everything that you would want to download in terms of software or anything like that, you can find online. And if you really need an optical drive, you can also always get different portable ones that you can hook up with a USB connection on the device. But generally, when you're looking at a slim device like this, I mean, most CD drive bays are generally much thicker than the whole device is. So in terms of having a slim device, they generally won't feature an optical drive. Okay,
excellent. Another question that's come in from Katarina, and it's a really good question, because I think as parents, and even as myself as a user, you can walk into a sort of a technology store or a vendor, and you're overwhelmed with options all the way from sort of $300 or $400 for these sort of kind of small fluoro laptops that they produce these days, right up until sort of like the 5,000 plus mark. What's the price range and the price point we should be looking at to get a model like this that is of high quality and can do the job for everything that a kid would need it to do?
So if you're looking for a device that's mainly for children or for students, then I'd say probably look at something between $800 to $1,500. And then if you're looking at like a gaming laptop, something more powerful, then they generally go from $1,500 to $2,000 and up from there. So
okay. Excellent. Well, look, that kind of concludes everything we had. We've got lots more questions coming in, which we'll try and pick up afterwards. And I think we might have a chat with the guys from ASUS and put together a sort of a cheat sheet and a tip sheet. So if you're looking for a little bit more information, I know we've heard a lot from Alex today, which is fantastic. So thanks very much for coming in and joining us. What I encourage you to do is if you're not already a member on skillsroad.com.au, jump on there. There's a parents section. You can sign up and join as a member with us, and that way you'll continue to get alerts about all sorts of cool things that you can do to support your children. A lot of the ASUS content comes out for our members on there. We've got a whole host of a series of videos from Alex talking about cybersecurity in a little bit more detail and what you can do to protect your children in the world of Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram. It's a big bad world. So that's fantastic. If parents and those who are tuning in are looking to get a little bit more info about these laptops and some of the stuff you've spoken about today, and potentially purchase this one here that you kind of recommended as the base model, where can they go?
So for more information on our products, you can head to our main website. So it's asus.com/au, and we do also have our ASUS shop that you can access from there, where we sell most of our devices, and you can find more information from there. And you can also follow us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram as well.
There you go. Jump on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. You've heard it here first. Thanks, guys, and we'll speak to you again soon.
Cool. Thanks.